How's it going, gamers? Chongo here, and today I've got a gameplay commentary for you guys. The gameplay is of Aliens Colonial Marines on PC, and today's commentary topic is basically whose fault was Aliens Colonial Marines. Now, obviously from the title you can tell that I've pinned it on Gearbox, and basically in this video I'm going to explain why. Now, before I get right into the video, I'm going to put a link up to my Aliens Colonial Marines review, so that'll be on screen now, so click that if you want to go and check that before you watch this video. Now, first off, I think that the whole problem of Aliens Colonial Marines is Gearbox's fault. Just they've done so many things wrong with this game, and I'm surprised that they haven't actually apologized or come out and said anything since that point. Now, here's one of the things that really annoys me, and I hadn't really compared these footages until I've seen videos pop up about it, but basically the E3 demo for Aliens Colonial Marines, they show gameplay and it goes not final product, but that gameplay is better than the final gameplay that was in the game. So most people understand when you say not final gameplay or anything like that, that it's going to be changed and all that, not the fact that it'll be downgraded to something worse. So it doesn't make any sense, and that's basically led people to say they were just, showing off some good stuff or did some renders in there to make it look really good and then swap it out, and that's basically lying, obviously, if that's what has been done. And they haven't come out and said anything about it, but there is some really serious differences, and I have no idea why they changed it considering the demo version looks better. So that's why people are jumping to the conclusion and saying that obviously they were trying to lure people in to buy this game. So I'll have a link to that video in the description. I definitely recommend you guys go and check it out, and it's just, I can't believe that they'd changed something like this, considering it looks so much better in the original, and then all of a sudden in the final game everything's completely different, as well as them actually cutting out a certain part where you'd fight off waves of aliens down a corridor, and in the final game that part's not even included. So it didn't even make sense why something that was really entertaining in the demo and was probably entertaining than most of what was in the game, and it wasn't in the final game. So I don't know what they were thinking or why they did it, but it just seems ridiculous. Now, here's some other sources that indicate that Gearbox is to blame for why Aliens Colonial Marines pretty much sucks. But this isn't a 100% valid source, because originally it was a guy on Reddit who basically had proved that he did work on Aliens and he was a tester, but the problem is he later removed all his stuff, so obviously someone maybe found out who he was and they threatened to sue or something. Some of the things he said on Reddit were that Sega as well as Gearbox knew that this game sucked. So just saying that, and especially when something like this happens, immediately think, oh, maybe the testers just liked it even though, or we're just going along with it saying, oh yeah, it's a good game, blah, blah. But if this guy has said that they know the game has sucked, why would they release it? Maybe it's got to the point that they delayed it so much that they thought, if we cancel this game, this is really going to suck, so we'll just release some crap game and yeah, will take the brunt of the force. But it just seems so stupid that they'd even want to release a game like this, because it is just going to hurt Gearbox as well as Sega in the long run, because if people see that they're able to release a game like this, they'll think, well, they've just released a game that it's absolutely horrible, why should I buy another game from this company? Now, I've always found it odd that Gearbox could make such a really good Borderlands series of games, and then when it came to Duke Nukem Forever made a terrible game, and also when it came to this made a terrible game, and this tester has said that they used some of the money that they got from Aliens Colonial Marines on making Borderlands 2 a better game. And they haven't replied to this, Gearbox hasn't said anything, but if this is true, this is absolutely ridiculous. The fact that they were pretty much making Borderlands this really awesome game so everyone would like it, and taking funding away from Aliens Colonial Marines to make it worse. Now, even though the tester has removed all of his things from Reddit as well as his account, deleted all that, I'm more leaning towards the fact that Sega, somehow one of his responses that he gave maybe indicated who he was, and so therefore they threatened to sue him, so that's why he's removed everything. But it just seems like that this is the most logical thing, and that it actually is true, just because of what has happened from the E3 demo and the final footage, how that looks so different. And he's also mentioned that that was never intended to be in the game, it was just to lure people in to buy it. So many gamers on comments that I've seen on videos, as well as the Reddit post, have basically said that they're not really looking forward to ever buying another Gearbox game because of all this, and they would probably never do anything unless an apology was made. I still think that that's kind of a long stretch. I don't think they're going to make an apology for what has happened. I and myself am now going to be very reluctant to buying any Gearbox games in the future, even if it is the Borderlands 3 or anything like that, just because of what has been done here. And I don't understand why they can make such a really awesome game and then all of a sudden make something absolutely terrible. That's what makes me think that what this guy has been saying is true, and maybe they did think, oh, let's just make Borderlands good and forget about this crappy Aliens game. So anyway, guys, this brings me to the end of my commentary. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, and if you've got any comments about this, put that down below, and if you want to join the Gamerhood, just subscribe. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.